Hi everyone, I'm Jacinta from Tonic, and today I have for you a Pilates sculpt class that is 26 minutes long. We're going to get right into the inner thighs, the glutes and obliques. Let's start seated onto your glutes, holding onto the back of those thighs. And you're going to tuck those hips under, roll back about halfway into your C curve, roll back up and sit nice and tall. So continuing this, we peel and tuck under the hips, scoop through that belly, round your spine, and on the way up, breathe out, lengthen your spine, sit tall. Great work. So keep moving through these two setups here. We have 3 more. Seeing if you can get a little bit further down on each one and growing even taller on that way up. Exhale, roll up. Inhale, drop and roll back down. And peel back up, lift out of those hips. On the next one, we roll our spine all the way down onto the floor. Take those arms above your head here. Take a big exhale, arms overhead. We're gonna roll ourselves all the way back up. So just increasing this range here now. Still keep those elbows wide. Use those thighs for support to roll down. And then again on the way up, find those thighs and roll back up. Really make an effort here to go nice and slow on the way down. So smoothly printing each vertebrae onto your mat. And then as smooth and controlled as you can on the way back up. Nice. Let's go one more here. Arms to the sky. Exhale, roll and scoop back up. And roll back down onto the ground. One last time, take your time and release. Well done. From here, interlace those hands behind the back of your head. You're going to bring those knees in towards you. Use your exhale now to lift the right leg to tabletop. Oblique curls. Lift the head and shoulders up on a diagonal line, twisting towards that right leg. So exhale, lift the head and shoulders on a diagonal line. Then inhale, release the head back down. We want to make sure that that head is really supported here. So take all of that weight into your interlaced hands and find that wrapping in of the waist as you curl up. Beautiful. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold the next one. Chest pulses. Reaching that left arm across your body. Let's go. Pulse it out. Teeny tiny pulses through that chest, feeling that burn build. 5, 4, 3, 2, and release. Other side straight away, so left leg to tabletop, curl up, twist towards that leg. Inhale, roll back down. Let's ensure that pelvis stays in a neutral spine here, and you've got a small gap through that lower spine as you curl. It's just that twist from your armpit towards the opposite hip. Nice. Give me 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold up on your next one, reaching the right arm across your body, chest pulses, and go. Reach, down a little, and reach. Down a little, and pulse. For 5, 4, 3, keep going, lift a little higher, 2, 1, and release the head back down. Amazing work, guys. From here, I'm gonna roll ourselves all the way up and turn around for our triceps. We're gonna do a nice slow tempo tricep push up here. So find a half plank, lower the hips, scoop through the lower abs, and squeeze through those glutes. Hands are shoulder distance apart, and we're going to lower ourselves down for 3, and then push back up for 1. So let's go. 3, 2, 1, and exhale, press back up. So it's a little pause between each count, and then that 1 second tempo on the way up. Let's try and aim to get our chest as low as you can towards the floor. Really strengthening through the arms and chest here. Good. 3 more. Exhale, lift. 2. Pressing up. Let's go. 1 more. Down, down, down. Press back up. Last one. Pressing back up. Amazing, guys. Let's take a nice little child's pose here. Send the hips back, reaching the arms nice and long. And press up into your downward facing dog. Take a moment here to roll out through the hips. Find that lengthened spine. Then walk your hands towards your feet. Bend your knees. Roll yourself all the way up for our standing work. Today we're doing an arabesque into a tabletop leg. So begin with the left knee up into tabletop. I want you to hinge at those hips. Send your chest down and then reach that left leg behind. Draw it back in. Up to tabletop. Then lower. So again, same foot, left knee into tabletop, hinge, reach that back leg, swing it through, tabletop, and lower. Keep going, lift it up. Make sure your abs are really engaged here to keep you balanced. Yes, we're gonna add on with a little twist and a reach of those arms. So lengthen the leg and arms, prayer position in tabletop, and then twist towards that left knee. Reach long lines, and wring it out. So just like we did in our oblique twist, where we take that body across, but we're standing this time. This is going to challenge your balance, your stability, and get your right booty really fired up. Stay focused here and just take your time, resting the foot down whenever you need. Okay, ready to hold our arabesque on the next one. Send that left leg behind. Reach those arms. It's a strong hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come back up. Amazing. We're going to come into our curtsy lunges. So toes are pointing outwards. We're going to take that left leg, swing it behind, and lunge ourselves down. Alternating from side to side, so then that right leg will swing and wrap behind you. So on a curtsy lunge, you want to make sure that those knees are pointing outwards. So if you were to look down, you've got a nice, beautiful diamond shape with the knees splaying opposite directions of each other. You push through that heel to stand back up and send that energy right into that glute. And then tone into the glutes, the inner thighs, and get the quads as well. So find a little hinge, your chest drops forward over your thighs. Good, keep this going. Aim to drop that back knee down towards the floor as much as you can. Nice, you might like to start to pick up the pace now if you're feeling a little bit more confident. So step it around, lunge, back in through the middle, step it around and lunge. Really toning into the legs here. We're gonna get ready to hold it back. Hold your lunge on the next one and pulse here. 10, 9, pulse 8, reach those arms overhead, challenge yourself here. Last 4, pulse 3, down and up, 2, 1, and stand. Straight to the other side, let's go. Reach those arms, you have this. Knees are pointing outwards, pulse it out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, stand all the way back up, shake off those legs, and come into a squat. Nice wide stance, feet a little bit further than those hips, and you can just take a prayer position with those arms. So hips down through the middle, equal through both legs this time, and push back up. Inhale, lower the hips. Exhale, push through those heels, rise back up. Think about clipping the back of your shoulder blades together and staying really proud and open through your chest. Holding your squat low through the middle in 3, 2, let's go. Hold it down. It's a pulse, of course. Feel those legs burn. You have knees pressing outwards. Let's go as low as you can for 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Shake it off. Time for the other side for the arabesque. So right knee into tabletop, hands in prayer. Hinging forward at the hips, chest folding forward. Send that right leg back and swing it through to tabletop. Rest the leg, and then it comes back up again. So exhale, lengthen, reach. Inhale, swing it through. And lower. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, reach the arms all the way to those toes here now. Swing it through at that twist. So layering on with what works for you today, and maybe you'd like to challenge yourself and keep that right foot hovered off the floor the whole time. when you come into that prayer, you can kind of press those hands together to get a little bit more resistance for that twist. Building that support for your core. Good. So focusing on something for balance. And let's get ready to hold in 3, 2. Next one. Go ahead, reach the leg, reach the arms, and hold. 5, 4, bend a little bit into that left knee. 3, 2, 1, and rise all the way back up. Taking it to a side lying position on the right side. So make your way onto the floor, extend your right leg long so you can support your head onto it. You're just going to take your top left leg and fold it over in a 90-degree angle. We're focusing on that bottom leg that's on the ground here. First, just take a moment to lift the ribs up away from the floor. Let's go ahead and lift that left leg up off the floor and squeeze right into that inner thigh. So exhale, lift the leg, squeeze, and gently lower that leg back to tap the floor. So we're going to really tone into that inner thigh or the adductors right here and focus on keeping your hips steady and just move that leg up and down. Last 3, 2, and hold it up on the next one. Little circles through that left leg. It's about the size of a tennis ball. Circle and circle for 3, 2, 1. Rest. Extend both legs long and squeeze them together. And we're going to go for our double leg lift. So make sure your core is engaged here. Squeezing those legs to lift and then lower with real control. So breathe out, lift the legs and lower. You're going to find those inner thighs really working strong here to glue those legs together as one. We have 5 more. Really reaching the legs long. Using that top arm for a little bit of a support. Holding those legs up in 3, 2, go ahead, lift those legs up and just lower that bottom leg down. Tap the floor and then squeeze it back up. We lower and lift. Really make an effort to snap those legs together. You've got it. Really find that zip up from your heels all the way up through the inner seam of those thighs. So lift, snap, lower and snap and snap. Last 2. Squeeze and rest. Well done, guys. Let's reach that top arm over towards the outer thigh. Lift those legs up with a pulse laterally through that side waist. So sliding the hands down towards your feet. Find those obliques. Lift and lift, teeny tiny, just for 3, 2, and 1. Roll back down. Now fold those knees. We get a nice delicious stretch here. Taking that top arm, you're going to circle it behind you, taking that eye gaze towards that hand. As you come through, press yourself up and shine your chest forward. Melt back down and again. So top arm is doing the work. It's that circle behind, really opening up through the chest here. And then at the front, you place those hands down, peel back up like a little swan in a modified side lying setup. Circling the arm, really enjoying this stretch here, opening up through the thoracic spine, and then that beautiful extension in our modified swan. Really taking those eyes to follow the hand will really open up the chest a little more. We have one more here. Make it as big as you can. Soak all that goodness up. Press and shine your chest open. And melt back down. Amazing, guys. Rolling onto your back for our glute bridges. We're going to do them on our toes today, so make sure your heels are up. Knees pointing up to the sky. And let's roll pelvis towards you. Squeeze those glutes, peeling up. And hips at level at the top. Melting your spine back down, bone by bone. Arms can rise up to the sky to make this a little bit more challenging already. So peeling back down, vertebrae by vertebrae. Hit that neutral. And then roll, feel your lower back, press into the mat, and then scoop and roll back down. Focus on keeping your heels as high as you can. We're going to challenge our ankle stability and strength, getting into our calves, and definitely those hamstrings are going to come into play here. At the top, just really making sure that you are tucking those hips right under. So you want to find the lengthened spine. Beautiful work. Things are going to get nice and heated here, so stay with me for this fun little bit. You're going to hold it up on the next one and fan those knees out and squeeze the knees together. They open and squeeze together. Fan them out and squeeze, really wrapping through the inner thighs. Nice. Keep moving here, fanning them out and squeeze them back in. Let's really make each one count. You're going to hold those knees open in 3, 2, open the knees, hold, pulse the hips down halfway, then squeeze them back up to the sky. It's down and up, lower and lift. Really squeeze those butt cheeks together at the top. Beautiful. We're going to hold it at the top in 3, 2, and hold up in the top. We're going to lower both heels and lift. So keep the height of the hips. It's just a lower of those heels and lift. Lower and lift. If you like, you can take those arms to the floor behind you just to really feel that spine elongate here. And guys, your hamstrings are going to feel it right now. We're going to hold it up, heels high into. Let's go, little teeny tiny pulses through the hips again. Down, up, down, up. Woo! Work through that burn. You can do it. And squeeze. Hold it at the top now. Final bit. Last 10 seconds. Breathe through. You are so strong. Don't lower your hips yet. Hold them up. And release. Roll yourself all the way down. Coming into a nice stretch here. Pulling those knees in. And then circle those knees out to the side. Well done. Take this time to just release everything through those hips. You have done amazing. Okay, we are not quite done with those inner thighs. Let's extend those legs up towards the sky. We're going to split them out wide for a little pulse. Bring them up towards the sky, a little crisscross. So they open, split, pulse, pulse, lift them up, ankles cross and cross. Open, pulse, and cross. Beautiful. You might like to get a little bit fancy here, pointing those toes on the crisscross. And then flex the toes back, really hit those inner thighs. This is just optional. A little bit of footwork. Okay, so focus on keeping the hips in a neutral position here. And on your next one, let's split those legs. Hold. It's a little pulse up and down a few inches. Let's go. Lift, lower. Lift and lower. Really wrapping in through those inner thighs once again. Okay, ready? In 2, bring those legs up, snap them at the top and open. Bring them up, snap and split. Reach high and reach open. Really enjoying that combination of stretching and strengthening here. Gonna really tone into those inner thighs. Last 3, tap, open, 2, tap, last one. Squeeze them up and pull those knees in a little circle and then release those legs open. Just enjoying this little hip opener stretch for a brief moment, and then you're going to roll yourself up onto your left side for our inner thigh leg lifts. So just bringing that right leg, fold it forward, and we're focusing on that bottom leg here. So lifting those ribs, pull that belly button back to hug your spine, and go ahead, lift that bottom leg up and lower with control. So breathe out, lift and squeeze, lowering it down as slow as you can. Good. Get that set up here. Take a little body scan, relaxing the head and face. Staying wide through those collarbones and hips are stacked one on top of another. I like to imagine here that someone is pulling on that working leg. So I'm getting that lengthened leg. And let's go ahead. Hold it up. It's those pulses already. Let's pulse. 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 For 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax. Squeeze both legs together, double leg lift. So this is where we're going to make sure our legs stay as one as we lift and lower. Using that side waist here to assist on that leg lift. And that top hand here is just lightly pressing into your floor to lift you up. 6 more. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Keep going. 3, 2, On the next one, here it is. Hold the legs up, lower the bottom leg, and then squeeze it back up. We lower and lift. 10 here. And 8. Snap. 7. Squeeze. 6. 5. Lengthen those legs. 4. 3. Using that side waist. 2. And 1. Speaking of side waist, lower the legs, reach that top arm over your outer thigh, and lift the head and shoulders on that lateral angle and pulse up and down, shortening that distance from your rib to your hip. Good. Sculpt through that waistline. 2, and release. It's 1. We fold the knees in, enjoying this beautiful stretch here. So laying on that bottom hand, taking that top arm, we're going to take it behind you. Really let that rib swivel around. You circle, and then that's that press up, that little swan. Enjoy that extension through the spine. Peel back down. We have 5 in total. Draw up through the belly to assist you on that back lift. 3 more. Really take your eye gaze to follow the hand. Use those arms to strengthen and push you back up. 2 to go. Circle, circle, circle. Push back up. Last one here. Enjoy every little second of this. Press back up. And keeping your legs folded, we're going to take a little stretch, mermaid stretch. Reach up and over. And reach up and over, just swinging at those hips. 2 on each side, and then we'll swap. So swing those legs through, straight to the other side, reaching that top arm, and reach. That's it. Nice and quick. Just a quick reset. Okay, so now let's get into our plank setup here. I'm going to raise our heart rate a little bit. Are we excited? Okay, so plank time. Lengthen those legs, reaching the heels away from your head to really lengthen your spine. I want you to squeeze your butt, and then send those hips back over your heels. Press back out into a plank. So hips go back and then launch into a plank. Let's go. Hips back and press forward. Hinge and launch. All right, gonna get it nice and energetic behind this and add a knee pull. So alternating, we pull one knee in and then crouching tiger. One knee pull, crouching tiger. You want to stay really strong around those shoulders. So keep pushing into the mat, but lifting up and out of the shoulders. And you're going to really find those quads working strong here. Like I said, we want to get our heart rate up so you can choose your pace, challenge, and get a little bit quicker. Really zipping up through that core as you pull that knee through. Great work, guys. Super strong. Excellent. Keep it up. Keep driving that knee in and send those hips back as far as you can. We're going to hold our plank on the next one. Rock yourself forward and back. So just through those ankles, you're on your toes, and then you pull the heels back. Rock forward and back, keeping your spine lengthened. Beautiful. Keep separating those shoulder blades, almost puffing up through the chest. Are your glutes squeezed? Is your lower belly lifting up here? Love it. Last 2. And knees down on 1. Ripple down. We're going to now come into a little baby cobra stretch. Bring your arms out into a 90-degree goalpost. Inhale, lift your chest slightly up, keeping the arms on the floor, and then lower your head back down. So inhale to lift up, arching through the back. Exhale, melting breastbone back down. Just easing into this stretch. If you'd like to advance, you can extend those arms all the way, and then elbows down, rest the forehead. To make it a little bit easier, you just slide those hands slightly forward of you so that you can lift your chest up and get a bit more extension. But to intensify and increase, you can walk your hands a little bit closer. So you choose. I want you to lift up through the abs to support your lower back here, and just take your time, trying to create more space between the vertebrae as we lift and lengthen. I love this one to stretch out the abdominals as well as that thoracic mobility. Last one. And return back down. Press back into a child's pose. Round your spine, lengthen those arms. Take a moment here to breathe into the back of the ribs. Big inhale through your nose. And exhale, guys. We're going to come into our straddle stretch. We're going to work through those inner thighs in a lengthened state here. So can we fold forward at those hips, reaching those arms down your legs, wherever you can find the stretch. It doesn't have to be extreme. Everyone will look different. This is our pancake straddle stretch. Just holding and releasing everything around the inner thighs. And we're going to slowly lift ourselves up. Your hands come down through the center and then fold at those hips one last time. Big breath in through the nose, letting out all of that oxygen through the pursed lips. Melt all that tension away. Slowly return those hands back in. We're going to fold at those knees for a butterfly stretch, taking hold of your feet. And you can butterfly those knees up and down here, releasing off those hips. Nice. You can even push down into those knees. And then let's finish by crossing our legs, interlacing those hands, reach them up towards the sky, shrugging the shoulders up, and then exhale, open those arms, release all that tension. You guys are all done. Thank you so much for joining me on this Pilates Sculpt 26-minute class. Make sure you like and subscribe and share this workout with a friend or family. And I will see you back here for another workout really soon.